Hello everybody, welcome to stream. Thank you Coyote for that lurk. I see you. I love you. Much appreciated. We're here with Elu. Elu's a little bit behind us, but that's okay.
Yes.
Shit happens, literally, all the time.
Yes.
Oh man. Like how it literally took me like a whole hour to find my screenshots.
My God.
But anyways, we are working on a fancy elf lady today. I'm not going to tell you who it is. Elu knows who it is, so she should enjoy the process. But I'll let you guys see who it is when I'm ready. But we're still in the sketchy phase. I'm fixing things up a bit, but I hope you guys enjoy because it's a smexy pinup. Woo!
My goodness.
Oh man, it was cracking me up. So your Instagram where you're like, Ela makes this face all the time. I'm like, oh my god, that's the face I always make you make. With all the
Yep.
shit that I do.
Yep.
All the things I say, all the things I do. Oh my god, poor Elu. It's fine. You guys will see in a bit, and then you'll understand exactly what's going on. But
Yeah. Midnight was like, sure, for sure. I was like, you're a culprit. You are complicit here.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh man. But I will say though, I'm pretty happy with how this sketch is turning out because like one of the things I've started to focus on is I'm trying to really understand, like, you know how anatomy, right? Like you have your bones and everything, but like skin moves very particularly. So like I don't know, like even if you just put your arm against your side or whatever, like the bulging, you know, like I'm trying really hard to pay attention to these bits and learn a little bit from like, okay, just because this is the body structure, like doesn't mean that that's how that's gonna look, you know. So I'm trying really hard to pay attention to those how skin works, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like working extra hard for it.
Some days it'd be like that.
For sure. Because like there's always something that I want to improve on, you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, waiting until you're good at something is kind of hard because you're always going to be working on something.
For
Just
sure.
do it.
It's like, why isn't this working the way I want it to? Well, you see, the body doesn't work the way you want it to. That's the point. Oh, that's the background. Excuse me. Get out of there. So yeah, I've just been building this piece up, getting it to look the way I want it to, which is nice.
Yeah, I love that you just go for it with your angles because they're so fun. And even if you don't like totally nail it in your mind, it still looks amazing.
Yeah, like sometimes I'm always like, this is specifically from this angle, and then it's just it doesn't show up that way for whatever reason. Like for me, especially on this one, I'm trying really hard to get this like couch, I guess, loungy couch thing to like look the right way, and I'm like, I don't think I'm nailing it, but it's fine. But you know, there's just different parts of this whole thing that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to clean this up and blah blah blah, but it'll be fine. Things to work on. So much fun. This is just a very large piece anyways too, so that's not like it's helpful, but it's not helpful when I'm trying really hard to do the whole, like, don't zoom in, but, like, I zoom in. I can't help it. I'm also really thinking this hand might be a little too big. This is, again, why I'm trying to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of these things I don't notice until, like, you've been staring at it for a while, too.
Oh yeah, it's good to like walk away.
Which
and
is
do
why I'm
stuff.
glad I started this last night. I was like, oh, hell no. We gotta fix that.
Yeah, you got pretty far from just doing that.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I want specific things to, like, show up and stand out and blah, blah, blah. So I'm working on it. What else?
Yeah, I have to start thinking about stuff like costumes because I want to do a costume for Elu
Oh.
for Halloween. But yeah, those things can get away from you if you don't start.
Well, it was bad enough. I was trying to figure out, like, because, like, you know how you have different little VTuber ones? So I was like, okay, Elu, what outfit do I put Elu in if I'm doing something? I was so confused.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Her VTuber outfit is basically her canon outfit in game, so I'm trying to be consistent with that. It's a good thing to mention.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Where is Elu? Are you streaming yet?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
I am.
Oh, come on, show up. Gonna want to pull up your chat just in case.
All right.
Okay,
Hey,
do I
Muffy,
have
what's
it
up?
to do that? Are you kidding me? Elu, damn it, Elu. We know Elu. Will you please? Okay. I'm gonna trust that that's it. Hi, how's it going? Resting after finishing a layout. Ooh, fancy. Worked hard. Kinda same deal. Working really hard on this special pinup. Trying to at least fix and make up my mind on anatomy things before I commit.
Commitment is hard.
Commitment is hard. I gotta make sure it's what I want.
Mostly trying not to over render these days. I'm like, one, I already decided how I wanted this to look, and two, it's gonna make my life so much harder if I just do that much like ridiculousness.
Oh, please, over render, whatever.
Like my poor hand is gonna die.
Shoot. There we go. You know, I thought that when I was doing the sketchy part of this, because I was just like, oh my god, this is gonna be so horrible, but then it's like, ended up being quite nice, actually. So, ho ho ho. View, window, what am I looking for? Liquify. A squeeze me. How big is this brush? Oh, there we are. That makes sense.
Hey, Muffy.
Other things too is I'm just like, is this how we want to keep it? Should I turn it some more? I don't know, but physics wise I've got it where I kind of need it, but it depends.
Right.
Oh, I don't know, this looks pretty good. Shit, might need to make modifications. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, arguing with yourself. Typical.
So what are you working on, Elu?
I'm actually working on panels today, like a good girl.
Don't be, just because I got distracted.
I know, you almost distracted me. I was like, oh, this is too real. It's good to be inspired, but this is how things just end up like not being finished.
I know. I still can't find my area on stuff, guys. So, I mean, it's not a big deal, but this is Elu's fault. Elu was streaming last night and she was raiding, and I was inspired. I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna do this. So this is what we're doing, and yeah. You'll find out a little more later.
𝐃𝐫𝐚𝐰𝐢𝐧𝐠, how's it going? But, yeah, I like getting inspired, though.
But definitely all her fault.
At least you have someone to blame.
I do.
That's
great.
Important.
It is quite important to blame someone right now, because just pretty things. Such pretty things.
Yes.
Oops. Didn't mean to go that far with that, but it's okay. Whoa. Oh, yeah.
I have like some shaky hand today, so
oh,
excuse
no.
my weird drawing.
Oh, that looks way better. Okay, thank goodness. Just slight adjustments just makes all the world.
Is this just like a pose you had in your head, or did you get inspired by something?
No. Like, I just had this. I was like, how can I do something that's simple and not too crazy? Because I was definitely thinking of the angle, and I'm like, okay, so I'm really good at this, like, angle looking up at people kind of thing, because it's, like, super fancy, but an elegant, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, it was a whole thing where I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I better try really hard to do something new. So again, the idea was to like really work on the skin, really work on like getting things accurate, and so far I've been having a really good time with it. Like I said, I can't take my hands off of it. I've been screwing around with it for like, well, since last night. And then getting on today, waiting for you, and I'm like, oh my god, Ely, we have to start because I can't stop touching it. I can't stop drawing, and I can't stop doing things.
It's good to be excited about it. Sometimes those like experiments, I just get like, it makes me work slower.
Oh shit.
That makes sense.
Yells. Well, and it was nice because I was just watching you raid last night while I was like trying to do all the hard work, you know, where you're like trying to figure it out, and you're like, how many times do I have to adjust the angles of things? And it's like, honestly, yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, I like all the little like pieces of like I guess pieces of skin. That sounds so gross. Like around the hips and stuff are really fun. I always like doing that.
Yes. Well, that's
it's
why
nice to draw them smoothed out too, but I love like actually feeling like I can accurately do that sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and that was why like I was so excited when I showed this one to you, because I was just like, oh my god, he was gonna just lose it.
Yeah, right?
But it's so good though. It's not even a bad thing. Although with the adjustments on this, it's not gonna match what I showed you last night, but that's okay. We're getting real deep into it now.
Well, this is the new lore.
Boop. Okay, did I get all of the pieces that I was concerned about? I hope so.
Yeah, it was fun to stream Raid last night, but I remember it just makes me kind of nervous. I'm like, people probably don't care if I'm constantly talking, but it's mostly me going, fuck, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Someone else is going to die. Don't stand on me. I have to move really fast.
It's like that's what happens behind the scenes for reals, you guys. Like, anytime. That's why I feel so bad when I'm like, yeah, let's go do this. And then, like, the LFR, even, where I'm like, that's all you heard me say. This person's gonna die. Oh my god, fuck. What's this?
I know.
It's all you hear.
I was like, I can hear you in the other room. Like, are you okay? Yes, I am just dying. Or I feel like I'm gonna die. Or somebody's doing something weird.
It's just the way it is. It's the way it goes, babe. Sorry.
Yes. I guess it might be entertaining in itself, just the chaos.
Although it's just hilarious because you're like, what in the world is going on over there? You don't want to know.
Incomplete thoughts, all of the good stuff.
Here. All the organic-y parts. Okay, I think we're about ready to move to another spot of this, maybe. Let's do something here because I'm not sure what's that. It's just a
I'm not really
thing.
sure why
No
there's
space.
an ad running.
All right, you guys ready to see what I'm working on, who I'm working on?
Who could it be?
Who could it be? Oh no. Now, we've made nice adjustments, which is fine, but this is where it started. But if I add the color and I do what I'm supposed to, and I called it Elufi. If I Elufi it, it's Elu, guys. Oh my god.
Oh my god. My ears.
I know. I gotta fix them, but still.
No.
Oh no, just me screaming. Okay.
Like, okay, Bella needs to be a little more down than Discord usually is. It's fine.
It's fine. It's okay. I moved my microphone from where it normally is, so yeah. Nobody panic. She's not gonna be naked forever. I've just gotta put some clothes on her. But this is the idea. We've got her. I need to take my Elufi and add it to the new spot though, the new stuff. Cause see, it doesn't match anymore. But it's okay. I did all the hard work. I'm very happy about it, and we'll fix it as we go. Ta-ta. There we go. Not bad. Ta-da! Naked, I'm telling. Yeah, well, you tell it to Elu, because it's all her fault.
I am wearing clothes, don't worry.
Yes. So, again, we're working on it. We're just getting to that point. Oh, man. But since I technically don't know what kind of clothes Elu wears... Oh, yeah, there's Elu. She's my reference. There we go. I have the shoulders. Thank God that's in-game, so I can figure that out pretty easy. But the rest of it is... Oh, no. But anyway, there's the Elu bit. Let's figure this out. Because there are lots of physics to work with here that I was not ready for.
Yeah.
But I'm ready now. So I can very well get this outfit wrong, Elu, but that's just because I have no idea what fucking outfit this is.
I should probably take a screenshot or something for reference.
Maybe. It might help. But yeah, what
I
happens.
did redo all my like Mog sets though, so I can. They're not all named weird stuff, and I can actually like know what for what instead of showing up somewhere for RP wearing like my raid look and people are like, you look like a serious person here.
You're such a serious person. You're like, yeah, well, it's kind of how it works.
Weapon is OC.
I will admit, though, I'm definitely going to, like, how would I put it? Modify it to be a little slinky, but not too bad. This is, of course, a pinup. That's kind of in the title. It has to be smexy.
Yes.
So, Elu gonna be showing lots of skin.
Yeah, her clothes are not usually very functional, but that's fine.
Also, like, the physics of your hair still, like, is difficult for me, but I'm working on it.
What do you mean?
Just, like, your bangs, they're a little much.
Oh, yeah. I usually use Sephiroth as a...
Yes, that's exactly what I did. I looked up Sephiroth because I was like, I need something to help me with this, because I don't know.
Yeah, or Lady Death. Both of those are pretty good.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll just show a lot more leg there. Yeah. You're just gonna deal with it. Jaja be smexy Elu. Woo-wee. Oh yeah, you know I'm having fun with this.
I'm glad.
Because I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but it's fine. Because that's one thing I'm also working on too, is just like, even if something is undoubtedly like, how would I put it? Like, it has a solid design. Like, it's not like, this isn't me designing something. This is something that already exists, but like modifying it enough to make it like different and cutesy and all the things.
Cutesy.
I don't know. Like, they're words just coming out, okay?
I get it. I get it. Yeah, I mean, her hair didn't start out like that. It's hard to, like... I had to come up with a hairstyle, like, pre-Void, and I was like, I'm really bad at that stuff, but I figured it out.
Yeah. It's all the designy shit, because I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
That is what I started with, though. Like, I was like, okay, Netherlight has, like, acolyte robes, I'm sure. In my head, anyway. And so designing those and, like, designing stuff like that is not, like, my thing, but it was fun to do.
Okay, this is not the color that it's coming out to be. What is going on here? Oh. There we go. I was like, why is this being weird? When you accidentally pressed buttons and you changed things, like your blending mode, and you had no idea.
Yep. You do that all the time in Photoshop. I'm like, why is this gray now?
This is what I mean. Like, I'm like, this is purple. Why is it pink? I don't understand. Like, we are very clear in the void with this stuff, okay? Voidy. We're voidy. Da-da-da. Now I can reveal all my other references that I've got here. Woo, smexy Elu.
What?
You heard me.
Oh, wow. I love that. You did a really good job with that robe.
Thank you. That's what I mean. I'm like, oh my god, how am I gonna make this like super sexy, but like modified slightly to like make this work. But I got it. I totally got it. You just have to practice and try.
Absolutely.
So this is me trying. Okay, now this so I can see where this is. Squeeze me.
Hey Jam, how's it going?
What's up? Hi, Jam. Oh, thank you for that. I know. I am such a queen. I'm doing so good.
Amazing, as always.
Making Elu a smexy void goddess right now. Oh, and your pendant. I gotta worry about making sure that'll fit too.
I definitely forget about that.
Really, Elu? How dare you?
Well, I like designed it in detail, right? But like abbreviating it, I guess, is kind of the challenge sometimes because you're like, well, like it has to be recognizable from a distance, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Jam. At some point, I will have to draw Tavora's hands. How's it been going, Jam? I saw that you were reading a little bit.
What's this one? Oh, that's that. Thanks.
Oh, nice. Are you playing Hunter? Are you tanking?
Right there.
Or Warlock, I guess. There's a few options
Could
there.
be anything.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Hopefully it happens soon. Let's see.
Yeah, I need to start my mythics before the next season comes around. So it's gonna be fun.
What do you mean, like Mythic Plus?
Yeah, I still haven't done it at all.
I know. That's what Thursday's for.
I know, but then we do other things. We get caught up with stuff. Although I'm not complaining. We had way too much fun last week.
Yeah, for sure.
I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, I haven't been really going hard on Mythic Plus at all this season, mostly because like I'm also just like not feeling pugging. I prefer not to.
Yeah, but then
But
I just
like a
can't
lot
get
of
online with people. Like, ugh.
yeah, that's the other thing is like then you have like your friends that usually do them that like went hard the first couple weeks, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know if anyone wants to do like a 5, but
Well,
I'll
hell, I was
catch up
just like, let me just try a
eventually.
0. And I was asking Midnight, and he was like, I need a 2. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I could do a 2, bro. Like, I just want to try like a 0. Is that so hard? But I'm just like, okay, well, I'm clearly already behind, so it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I get it too. Like people
But
want to
for
push their stuff.
sure, whether I have to pug or not, I'm definitely doing them tomorrow because I'm going to not ever do them if I don't do them. So
Yes, we will do them. It will be good.
okay. So I don't care what I do it on as long as I'm like getting something. Because like at
You
least
want to do
with
a 5? Hell
huh?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he's saying he wants to do a 5. Let's do.
because like I mean I can at least do the delves as a prop paladin, so I don't mind that. That's enjoyable because I'm like fuck yeah, I can just solo shit and do whatever. But like I really need to get those mythics.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I was all being specific, and I need that too. Gosh darn it, I'm hilarious.
Yeah, I was saying this last night, but like usually I have enough stuff to upgrade gear, but like it's kind of just slow going. I'm still getting stuff upgraded, but I feel like between that and like sparks and crafting stuff, it's like, well, I should probably be doing a little bit more.
You know, I'm really aggravated that we're not getting our thing every week. Like that pisses me off. I'm like, seriously, I have to fucking wait to upgrade my shit? Like, but I want my tier gear. How dare.
Yeah. I think as long as Jam was saying, he's been getting better. It's like, I think as long as you're like in voice and you guys are all kind of working at stuff, it's totally doable to do like a 5. Cause I've definitely done them with pugs where I'm just like, I don't know how we're all alive right now, but um, just
For
like a little
sure.
bit of awareness would be, make things even smoother, and that's easy to do if people are all like coordinated.
Yeah, well, either way, it's like I don't mind like even being in a pug, but it's like just let me like figure this shit out. Like that,
Yeah.
like that one. I don't know what it's called, but I just know it's the one that's in Ardenweald, and I swear to fucking god, nobody knows how to do it. Even I don't know how to do it. And I've finally gotten there with a one pug, and because I was just doing heroic, I think, because it was my lobby, it was my baby priest, it was my holy priest. So I'm like, yeah, that's no big deal. Like we can do shit, but then we're trying to get through and everybody's like, how is this done? And I was like, the best thing I've figured out with it is which of these things is not like the other. That's pretty much it. But it's still fucking impossible because then we're still like guessing through stuff and blah 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 blah. And it was just cracking me up because we were still screwing it up like so bad. I'm just like, okay, it's fine, guys. Like, we're just terrible at this. And it took us like quite a bit to get through, but we finally got through it. And I'm just like, yeah, I didn't. We tried, and I could have sworn with some of them, I'm like, this is the one we need to go through. Why is it not letting us through? But that wasn't the one. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where also the weak aura I think is not working quite well because
Yeah, I had to get the weak aura. It was terrible. I'm like, this is not going to happen. It works during the boss fight. How about that? But when you're like trying to do the maze, it doesn't always work, and I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, at least you don't die, I guess, from doing the maze. But like, if you don't hit the right ad for the boss, it's basically just a wipe.
Yeah. So luckily that one's been okay, but everything else not so much.
But yeah, as far as like, I got into another pug where the group was like, you have to do the boss puzzle, and I'm just like, I'm not the tank. The tank should probably be doing that because they're the ones that have to hit the damn thing. Like,
Yeah. Like, it's just so funny how many people are literally like, that's the healer's job. No, it's fucking not. I'm busy healing you. Like, yeah, let me stop healing you to turn around and figure this out.
in an ideal situation, maybe, but I don't think I've been in any ideal situations with that.
Not in that place, nope.
Yeah, and maybe I'm just not good at it anymore because I'm like, I swear this was it. But yeah, I think it's helpful when everyone's kind of doing a little bit. I mean, the idea that you would optimally do it while the fight's happening, so when you're done and the enemies are dead, you just walk through one, is fine. But also, like, some people's brains just don't work very well with that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a human being. Sorry, guys. Sometimes we make mistakes.
Let's see. The healer's job is just to keep everyone alive. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Because there's just no way.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. Like, I try not to like argue with pugs, but that's like the biggest thing I will say is like, you you can't just like put it all on one person. I mean, the tank is tanking, yes, but like, you know, if things are going crazy and a healer has to like focus on their job,
God damn
it might be asking a lot of some people.
it. Yeah. Yeah, no thanks, Moff. I have been asked to do those and stuff, but I don't like the way other people manage those events. It's just a personal thing, but still, I just. Mm-mm.
Well, you were talking to someone who has direct control over that.
I know, but I don't like the way things are managed. I mean, I barely. Okay, the Tournament of Ages, like, I have nothing to do with that, but just watching some of the shit they did, I was like, okay, y'all are, like, not doing so hot. You know what I mean?
Bill's got standards, her own standards.
I have serious standards, and people are not hitting it.
Events are hard to do, for sure.
Like, I like a lot of what goes on with, like, people getting together and doing stuff, but oh my god. And it depends too. Tournament of Ages, their particular issue was simply that they're too big and they didn't have enough management. It was like, okay, y'all need to start dedicating some people for shit and
Yeah, that's like the thing that is tough with events that are like volunteer driven too, is like people are doing this for personal interests, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily their job. And not everyone sticks around for all the years that it's like active. And so you can lose a lot of people that like have really good like knowledge and like experience from like past years, which makes it kind of tough because you want people that are like excited about being a part of it, but at the same time it's like, yeah, it's like balancing that with, well, we do have certain things that need to happen too. And I think it's unreasonable to expect people to have a professional level experience, but I think maybe organizing it in a certain way might help with that. I'm not speaking
definitely think
specifically
so,
to
but
Tournament
yeah.
of Ages, but just in general.
Yeah, Elu and I have talked about it before because we've thought about doing our own event, and then it was like, well, shit, how's this gonna work? You know, blah 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 blah. It's like it is a big deal. You know, you can't expect everybody to do, you know, a perfect job with everything.
Yeah, everyone's learning to a degree for sure.
Don't get me started. So yeah, jam. Well, the thing too is like I don't mind like doodling and hanging out, but problems arise when it's like they come on and they say, "Oh, this is what we're doing," and it's very simple. Oh, okay, and then all of a sudden, magically, I don't know how, then it gets complicated, and you know, you're like, I have an expectation of what's going to happen, and now like the people running it always change something or whatever, and you're like, okay, like I don't want to be rude, but like what the fuck is going on? You know?
Yeah, it's hard to tell what the problem is, like, and how to fix it, without seeing like how things are really run behind the scenes, too. So it's like, who knows? It
Yeah.
could be just like an oversight. It could be just like not having someone dedicated to something. It's definitely not easy.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, you know, it's not a particular thing to anyone like, oh, these people can't do their shit right. It's like, no, it's just not working. It's just not working right for me personally. Because like I keep trying. I was looking real hard at one point into events. I was like, I would really like to be a part of something, and then the more I read into it and was like seeing what they did and blah blah blah, I was like, this just doesn't. It just doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? Like there's a particular feel too when you're like feeling people out. It's like, okay, I'm looking into it, but I don't know how I feel about some of the stuff. You know, which it's all personal. Most of the time I know it, like it's me. I'm like, okay, I know when I'm gonna be right for an event and when I'm not, and most of the time it's a not.
Yeah, I'm always curious how people run things, just in general, whether it's well or going well or not. Um, Especially with the events that are like so big, you're like, oh my God, how are you guys doing half this stuff? Because I mean, there's definitely things that get done, and you're just like, I know that must have been a lot of work. I mean,
Yeah.
props to you guys, but Jesus, how are you even doing this?
It's like, is everybody okay? Is this good? What the hell's going on? Yeah, but most of the time too, it's the same reason why I don't join other what would I put it, like stream teams and stuff, because I like work a lot, but you know, a lot of times when you're doing those sorts of things, people are like, oh, you know, we require that you do this many like collaborations and blah blah blah, and I'm like, look, I can't allocate my time that much to some people, you know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ, the biggest problem too is like that people don't think about, that I do think about, that immediately makes me go like, no way, is like what happened this summer. If there's a fire and I have to fucking evacuate my home, there's no fucking way I'm gonna give two shits about what events you have going on. Like, sorry, not sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there definitely should be allowances for IRL stuff.
And I'm sure they do, but for me, it's just like, I just don't want to bother putting up with it when, you know, it's hard enough trying to get my own people to understand, you know, when you're like, I'm sorry guys, I just can't be here, and then people are like, they're not upset, but they're like, wow, I miss you so much, why aren't you streaming? And I just don't want to put up with it. Like, legitimately, the amount of stress, you guys, just hoping my place didn't burn down, I did not need the extra, you know. Not that anybody would be that extra. Most of you guys are actually really, really nice, but still, it's like, I just don't want to put myself in that situation to begin with. That's the problem. So it's like, it has nothing to do with, it's like half other people's bullshit and then half my own bullshit. You know what I mean? It's the same as being in a relationship. I will not be in a relationship. I have too much of my own bullshit. I can't possibly fathom or deal with somebody else's crap. You know what I mean? Like, and that sounds so mean, but like, it's so true.
I mean, at least you know yourself. That's
yeah, good. Yeah. I'm like, look, this is not a me thing. This is not happening. No.
people are hard.
It's a whole thing. It's lots of work and shit, and that's fine, but ugh. Ugh. Ooh. Pretty. Okay. But yeah, there's clearly, as you can tell, just way too much shit where I'm like, nah. It's too much. It's too much.
It's nice that you don't make it other people's problems, though, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't do that. The artist decides how many slots, and oh, yeah, no. None of the other kind of stuff is a problem. It's just, yeah, trying to mix and match all the things at once is not great. It's a lot. Where was the steps? I put that somewhere. Or maybe I didn't. But yeah, part of the overall big deal about it is simply that I just don't like to disappoint. That's kind of where it stems from. I try to poke all the beans. Hey, 𝐃𝐫𝐚𝐰𝐢𝐧𝐠.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all the things, guys, all the things.
Yeah, I always think if I like had way more time, it would be fun to do an event like we were talking about, but it is so much work.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would be unfair to do something like that if you didn't do it at the level you would expect, you know?
Yeah, it's like I'm definitely into joining some stuff someday, but Ville's gonna get past her own bullshit first.
Ghost kids.
Oops. That's not what I'm looking for.
Me too.
Oh, wow, she's looking so good. Thanks, Jam. I'm getting there. We're still working on a few other things, but, you know. Using what we've got, but still trying to, like, make the proper adjustments, I suppose. There we go. That's helpful. 𝐃𝐫𝐚's been following for 3 years. Oh my god. Much appreciated.
That is a long time.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Trying to set how I want this to go. Looks like 𝐜𝐿𝐴 just has super tinies going on.
Super tinies.
Oh, your little pauldrons.
Thanks for the lurk, salts.
Your new time travel adventure plan? No, you have not, Jam. What is your new time travel adventure plan? going back to the time of the Black Empire to give Zally the gift of socks. I'm sure she's just mad because she's always stepping on stuff. She needs socks. She doesn't step on stuff. She floaty. I told you she has sockies already.
I love that. There was that meme where somebody drew her stepping on Legos, and I was like, so real.
I'm sure Twitter will hate me for it, and Twitter can suck it. You do what you want. That's okay. I'm sure they don't appreciate me putting her on a chair. They're like, there's no way she does. Yeah, it's fine. It's like, nobody
not what
cares.
She does. What does
like,
she do?
Floats. She floats. People be mad.
Deserves a good chair.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, well, it's because you didn't give her a throne. If you'd just given her a throne, everybody would be fine. We would all be okay. Just saying. Like, nobody picked this part out, and nobody figured it out. And it was like, well, that's a shame.
Hey, Lilia. Thank you for the head pats.
I don't know. I think we're not going to have this. God, Elu, why does your clothing have to be so difficult?
I'm so sorry. I mean, I definitely tried to like do something a little more simple because I'm gonna have to draw it myself a million times, but
you know, not great.
Yeah, I get ya. 1,000 points. Hell yeah.
Now how to do this over here without it being funky? It's a great question.
Let's do this. What are you up to today? Oh my god, you were going for it with that angle. That's awesome.
I really am. I was not kidding. I'm like, nope, we're gonna make this work for realsies.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
But I was thinking about the shoulders when I did it too, because I'm like, how am I gonna make this look like really fucking badass? You know? I was like, oh, thank God I've got my own screenshots, or else, you know, these shoulders would be impossible.
A little bit of imagination for sure.
There's a lot of things that we just don't have in here for Elu, and it's fine. And all the colors down on one layer, so it's like still a legitimate sketch, but a color sketch to be sure.
you still feeling Paladin? I know that they're supposed to get some like nerfs to Rhett, but they are getting rework stuff.
I have no idea where that is all sitting at, but I don't care. It's like, you know, we always get threatened with nerfs and shit, so at this point I'm just not fazed by it anymore. Just like, sure, go for it. Give me a fucking, yeah, good luck with that. We'll see how that goes. So, yep. That's no biggie for me, but that's okay.
Yes.
Pretty much to see back there, but that's fine.
Yeah, we do have some paladins in chat. I don't know how long it's been since you've played Lilia, though.
Oh, enjoy your lurk. Wah! Okay, or we can just like magically zoom in and scare the shit out of yourself. It's fine.
Too big, too big.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I'm excited for it, but goddamn, that was just not intentional, guys, at all. So sorry.
Not sure how I feel about these.
That is exactly how I feel about all of it.
Awesome.
So I'm over here like, how am I gonna do this? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna change? Oh, save my steps. I really oughta. Alright, where are these steppies? Steppies over here too. Boop. And let's save this, because I wouldn't want to do all this freaking work over again. Although I totally would. Save it, save it. I can make loud screamy noises. For sure. That's about it. Those are the shoulders, right? Yes. Let's add that to the base sketch. Or no, we should add this to the dress.
Where are these?
Absolutely nothing on there. I don't know why that's there.
Oh, that is not what I wanted. Very good. Oh, no worries.
There we go. Something a little dark, but getting there. Make things a little easier.
I'll just do this for now. have a color layer, but these are like being weird. Let's do this. Oh, thank you for the sub, Lilia. Yeah, they changed a couple things about that stuff, so it's probably a little confusing.
Ah, don't be weird. Sorry. We're just dealing with stuff over here.
Hell yeah. It's all working.
Oh. Everything behaving today? Good.
Nice. Wait, what was 5? That's weird. Okay.
Stop it. There we go.
Okay, this is like breaking my brain a little bit. It's fine. We'll just erase it. What do you mean? I feel like I said 1,000 things in the last 10 seconds. Sorry.
It's like, wait a minute, what am I talking about? I'm sorry I'm being quiet. I'm just like wrapping my brain around some of these colors because it's just so purple.
Mm-hmm. Shades of purple.
It's like we are very much doing the same shades of purple this stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man.
I think it's pretty much working. Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm always saying something, but no worries. Oh, it's when you sub, you get a wheel spin, and the different things on the wheels are like just things you can get. I don't have any shop things on there anymore, but there is some fun stuff. There's like lore and like Elu lore and sorting into an old god house, things like that. Just things that make me laugh.
Yeah, very, very fun stuff.
Yeah. Every so often I'll change the design and like the rewards and stuff. I think we might be due. I do have a Halloween one that I should pull out for Halloween though. That's always fun. It is fun to draw all the different ones.
That's pretty good. Yes. Now this is taking on more of a look that I'm looking for.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, she always does amazing Halloween stuff, so definitely check her stuff out if you haven't. She does a Halloween event every year. It's very cool.
Where was that?
And she is also a fantastic person, which makes everything all the more cool. But yeah, Lilia and Mishi are some of the first artists that I met when I started doing WoW art. And they are awesome people. I'm sad that Lilia doesn't do as much art anymore, but you know, life has a way of doing things. Doesn't mean that I don't have good memories. Yeah. Okay. Let's just do this.
Oh my god. Don't ask questions.
Yeah, that is so long ago. 2018. Oh my god.
That's what I'm looking for, but how am I gonna do it? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I was saying this the other day though, like I recently moved to Moonguard this expansion, and like just having done a lot of stuff like Tournament of Ages or like any kind of event and just like either meeting people or drawing stuff for people, it's really kind of cool to feel like I know the server feels familiar, because you'll inevitably run into people who you've drawn for or like you've seen stuff they've done. It's really cool. I love that.
Oh my god, where did that brush go? It's like when you had the brush, but then, yep, I lost it.
Oh no.
I know. Like, I need a little search bar in here based on what it's called. Because I know what it's called, but I gotta find it. How dare you? It's fine. I'm just taking 20 years to find one brush. It's cool. It's totally fine.
I am. It's so much fun. I am not 2K yet. I haven't done any PvP this season yet. Well, I did some like, was it like the weekly a couple weeks ago? But I really want to try Battleground Blitz. I love the idea of like queuing with friends as a healer. Especially like because it's kind of like a rated version,
Thank God.
which was really fun that they did that with what was it called? Solo Shuffle, and having like a way to queue for stuff like that. I don't like Solo Shuffle, but I like the idea.
I'm sorry if anyone can hear me like tap, tap, tap. I'm just trying to get this to show up properly. There we go. I feel really bad about that.
Hey Lava, thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? How was your art? Welcome in, guys. Today we are doing our weekly art stream with Vel, working on our projects and stuff.
Yeah, Vel should be working on her project. Is she? No, I'm working on an elu piece because I can.
Nice. Was it for yourself or someone else? Just for fun?
Ugh, Elu, you're going to want to live in this spot, I'm telling you. I have no idea if this is your bedroom or what, but we're going to figure it out.
Oh, I love that. That is crazy. Look at that fabric.
I
That's
know.
amazing. Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
I can't really
Feel free to drop the link if you have one. Always love seeing what people are working on.
Oh, yes, I know. Whoa, wait a minute. You cannot use the brush tool because there's not enough memory. What? What does that even mean? I don't know. It was being weird. It doesn't know what it's talking about. I got it. It was being weird though. I don't know what that was about. I think it was just the size of it because this is by the way, this piece is like 6,000 by 4,000, so it's huge.
Just a little.
This is a little big. It's fine.
Yeah, I usually make my canvases really big too, but you never know. You might actually need it that big, so if you can do it, just do it.
I figured, you know, if you ever wanted it like as a print or something, I wouldn't mind having it like be really big. But plus, I'm sure other people will want it. Like, you'll be like, oh, that's cool, but people will be like, I want Elu's piece. I'll be like, oh my god. Because that's usually what happens. I'll make a piece for somebody, and then someone requests to have it, and I'm like, I gotta talk to the person who owns this. Like, this is their character. I don't know. But I don't know. People may really go nuts for this one because it's really good.
I mean, void elves are really hot right now. Yeah. Oh, nice. I love this.
Oh, wait, this is not
Oh,
where
I
wanna
love all the
be.
detail in the clothing. Oh, it's so good. Hair looks super dynamic. I love it.
Can you please just do what I want? Oh, thanks. Ooh. I apologize for the loud noise that is coming through. Edward's Air Force Base and me are having a fight.
Oh my god.
Telling you, these guys just...
Oh, thank you. I really wanted to, like, the first one I did, I drew both of them. I did not rig them. But the first one I did was, like, the first time I had ever done something like that. And it was good to, like, practice and stuff, but I really wanted to do something, like, decide on a style and really, like, do something cool. So I spent a lot of time on it, but absolutely excited with how it turned out. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Just kind of winging it with this lace.
Yeah, her Sephiroth bangs give me so many problems.
Oh,
Bad Elu.
they are. I was like, yes. I mean, people know Sephiroth more than like Lady Death, but Lady Death too. Definitely lots of that inspo there.
And yes, for anyone curious, I am working on actual Elu. I surprised her last night with a pinup.
I love it.
My poor little modest Elu. You're gonna grow up so fast.
You want me to be immodest? Good heavens. Yeah, I think when you like TRP says, because people put like body type in their TRP, and I'm like, I just put Lady Death respectfully. You just have to be difficult, I guess.
I don't know what I was thinking when I made this, but now that I'm looking at it,
Yeah.
all the fixies. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay.
I love them. So Lilia was very sweet, and she gifted me this amazing pencil drawing of my dogs.
Oh.
And I got it like framed and everything, and it's really sweet, especially because we actually just lost our oldest
I
one.
was gonna say it's so amazing because you need to get it while they're alive. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's why I have so many pictures of my cats. I swear I'll paint them someday.
I did get another piece done by another artist who doesn't do like wow stuff, but she did like a drawing of them, and it's all Halloween themed, which I absolutely love.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, she lived a long life. We always joke that, she went blind near the end there, but she had seen some shit. So I wasn't too worried about the fact that, she didn't get to see everything. She saw plenty. But yeah, and ZD seems to be doing well. She's the younger one. She's like 4. But at some point, I know it sucks to say stuff like this, but I would love to get another puppy. Because I always wanted to have 2. I have Italian Greyhounds, and yeah, I just always wanted to have 2. And she's not like doing poorly without Regina, but like I'm sure she would love to have like a playmate. She does do like playgroup stuff, and she loves one of the puppies that's always there. So that would be really fun. And she grew up with like being around an older dog who never really wanted to play with her, and I always felt kind of bad about that, but she was the second child, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's always best to have 2, I think.
Yeah, they're very like needy dogs, so they definitely need a lot of interaction, so it is kind of a good idea to have more than one if possible. Oh, that's awesome. Cookie and Lilith Von Mochi. That's hilarious. I love it. Animals with food names are great. Em's a really big Zelda fan, and I'm like, we have to name the puppy, what was it, Navi? And they're like, you realize Navi is an incredibly annoying character, right? Like, no, we're not naming that dog Navi.
But it's so cute.
I know, isn't it? But ZD's like bestie, for like playgroup. His name is Parlay, and I was like, I need to steal that. That's so freaking adorable. Harley is very cute. Basil and Bean. That's so cute. Yeah, I have never babysitted this dog, but friends have friends that they babysit this dog every once in a while, and the dog's name is Bagel, and every time they talk about it, I lose it. I'm just like, oh my god, that's such a cute name.
That'd be weird. Sorry, I'm modifying and making adjustments.
Also, what is up, Rogue? How are you?
Why is that in the hair? Should not be there. You should not be there either. Also, I will say, Elu, props on the eyebrows, because that was fun.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, you guys say it a little different. I only know that because of Austin Powers. Do you guys remember Austin Powers? Like, does Gen Z even know what Austin Powers is?
Yeah, bye. I should.
God.
Get rid of some of the sketchies in here. Boop, 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 boop.
Trying the new fix. Nice. You're old as well. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely people who haven't seen movies like that. Like,
That looks a little better. What you think, Elu? Looking good?
yes. Oh my god, you're doing so much. I love those pillows. They look so good.
Mind you, it's still just a sketch, but oh my god, once I get through this, it's gonna be so insane.
It's amazing.
Oh, hi, Roguery.
Trying not to do too much, but we're getting through it.
Okay, that's me drawing on everything and making it better.
So these are not like RP adventures. These are just like my headcanon that I've had over the years about my character. For those of you who don't know, I started playing WoW in Legion, and so it starts around that timeline. Obviously, Elu was born before that because she's probably about 19. Around the Shadows of Argus patch, which is the patch that we got Void Elves. So kind of the story that goes from like her studying at Netherlight, which obviously I had to invent a few things there because there's no like actual college per se. But yeah, like stuff like that. Actually, there's a character that I was playing a lot, which is my other priest, my Horde priest, Zevi, and she's in it and like a big part of it. But
And
yeah,
me.
it gets pretty crazy. There are a few cameos from friends, which I actually add Lilia. I do have a whole group of paladins in story there, which is pretty funny. They're kind of the jocks of my story. But yeah, like definitely I told Mishi that we would add her two Vels in it, but you guys all play paladins, which is hilarious.
I
Beat you up?
mean,
No.
I do play a void priest, but it's just
We
not
have a
often.
lot of priests already, so
But
it's
that's
good
all it
for
is
paladins.
priest and paladin. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, we have. I mean, obviously, if you go to Netherlight and it's like some sort of college, you're gonna meet other priests more than anything. But like because it takes place in Dalaran, um, obviously you get to run into a lot of different like classes and races, and both Horde and Alliance.
It's very
But like the
fun.
backdrop is all the stuff that's happening in lore, which is like around that time we start to go into Antorus, and we're on Argus, and there's some really cool stuff. Definitely expanded on it way more than my headcanon for the larger story, but like, yeah, I'm really having fun with it. Yeah. Had to like do a lot of research, spend a lot of time on WoW Wiki. It is very hard to figure out where blood elves can be born in a sort of normal way, because everything is like scourged out. Especially for that timeline, you're like, okay, if this elf is like, well, in elf years, I mean, she would be 19 in that patch. But like, if you go back further enough to when she was born, like, where can you even place them? I mean, you can't put them all in Silvermoon. But it's been fun to like learn more about lore. Like, I recently added an ethereal character to one of the scenes, so I got to read all about ethereals, and I love them. But yeah, I'll have to send you some stuff, Lilia, for that. You can take a look at. Right now, most of it's just like being done on Patreon, but like I'm done with the first. I'm getting into the second act already, writing it. Like I'm writing it as like a novel, but then I'm translating it all to like a comic. So that's what these are. It's just like, I think this was the last bit up top where it was like a little bit of backstory, drawing Silvermoon, which is a pain in my butt, but I'm glad I did it. And then like Ghostland stuff. But yeah, we're still in like the setup phase as far as like the panels for Act 1, but there's lots to draw. Thanks. Yeah, I try to write it in a way that like, you're gonna have to draw this eventually, but at the same time it's like I can't just not
Hey, Null.
have
Hey,
them
Ruggery.
in there. you know. But yeah, I had to come up with things like what her parents were like, things like that. It's really cool. And actually, she has a pendant that's kind of central to the story in a way. So I had to draw that, and I actually made it recently. We're gonna have it as one of the pin rewards for Patreon. And it's gonna have like an actual gem and everything, which is super awesome.
That'll be fun to see.
Yes. Yeah. So originally, like, I went and looked for vendors that actually made like custom jewelry, but like you have to get so many made. But my pin vendor, I was like, what can we do to finagle this, right? And they were like, okay, we can actually do something with an actual gem, which would be cool. And it ended up being way more reasonably priced. So I'm super stoked. Let's see. I think we're almost done with this part.
Yeah, we're streaming with Elu today, so lots of Elu going on. And I am, of course, drawing Elu, if nobody caught that one.
Awesome.
We're working on it. This is still just the sketch, but I plan on definitely getting around to making it awesome.
Why is this not behind? Oh, I know why. We'll fix it in a second here. I know. I have sticker anxiety too. I really want to make like a sticker book. Um, like those peel and removable sticker pages. I just haven't done it yet. Yeah, I love that. I have stuff like that everywhere too. That's the fun part about knowing other artists is you get tons of really interesting, cool things in the mail and get to send stuff like that. Like Vel, your Hearst Castle postcard is on my desk too.
Oh, yay! Hi,
I love it.
Tech.
I actually knocked it over yesterday and I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, we do like our stickers. So all these panels, whether they're history or like memories, are kind of a little bit darker and like more monochromatic. Oops. So I'm trying to do that a little bit. We get a lot of flashbacks. We get a lot of like lore and stuff, like the lore in the story. So it's like, how do I differentiate these?
Very carefully.
Yes. But it's been fun. Like, I'm trying not to be too hard on myself to get things perfect. I know as artists, we like to get things perfect, but I think the important thing is to just do and learn. One of my biggest inspirations is Stepan Sajic, who does the comic Sunstone. And it started as like a deviant art comic. And once he started, like, he's been doing it for like 10 years. But at some point he decided, and I think it's because it was mostly meant for deviant art posting and not like as something to be printed, he ended up redrawing all of it to make it okay to like print as a comic. And obviously his skill got a lot better between starting it and then, so you can kind of see that. So I'm like, that is an option.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge amount of work, but it's still really cool. It's nice to know that people do that.
Even though it is very highly not recommended for that particular reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's
They're
obviously
like,
a labor of love.
Don't deal with it. They're like, it's
Right.
fine, it's fine. Do it if you want to, but like, just understand it's gonna be a lot of work.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like, just keep drawing it. Don't redraw it. But it's like, oh no, though.
I think at that point he might have been like far enough along where he only redid like the first couple of volumes. Even that's a lot of work, but it wasn't like he was redrawing an entire 10 years worth of work.
Oh yeah, no.
Which sounds like a nightmare. Alright, I don't want to do this next panel, but I might do this one. I think we're in a good spot for that one. I left a bunch of room for like the text panels and stuff, or the text boxes.
Oh yeah, good idea. I never remember that. I'm always just like, dee dee dee.
We'll do this one. We have this.
Boink. And you are all welcome. I forced her into it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Vel is to blame for this. Yes, it is going to be printed. I'm kind of behind schedule, but like my goal was to get the first volume done, printed, and all that by December. But it is a lot of work. I am still learning so much by doing this. It's kind of been a experiment, but I mean, we will have at least what I'm calling the research grimoire, which is basically an art book from this whole thing, and I have like all my sketches,
That'll be fun.
all the like lore and stuff that I was writing. Like I wrote, I'm insane. I wrote a fake like Netherlight course catalog, but stuff like that, it's silly,
Yeah, but
but
how
I
many people
enjoy
are gonna
it.
love it though? So many people will love it.
I hope so.
All right, what
Let's
else
see.
can I add to you, Elu?
Yeah, I always love people's like process in art books, but I think that really makes sense for this particular project for me. So yeah, and then making the cover look like an actual like spell book or something. I'm very excited. And then Elu is very much like a research kind of like bookworm slash amateur archaeologist too. So lots of like little things like notes in the margins, maybe like pressed like flowers or something. Just like a really tactile feel to it. Like it feels like you're reading her like journal or something. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, totally. I'm sure there are people that appreciate it, but yeah, just doing things like that for yourself and projects that you want to work on. Absolutely. You should totally do that. It's always just a bonus if someone else enjoys it too. Yeah. Very exciting stuff. And I mean, if anyone has OCs, they know how much like headcanon comes out of that stuff. So there's no shortage of like stuff going on. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm slightly doing research between all of the figuring things out.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, how am I gonna make this work? I don't know.
But yeah, I would say like all of that really like got me into actually doing more RP because like I have like a really deep story for my character and just cool things to explore, and it's also just helped me like write better too. Like if I do any sort of like Discord RP, or I've done some on Tumblr with folks too. Um, it's fun. Like it's not maybe canon, whatever happens there, but it's also like really fun to explore that stuff and kind of collaborate on writing with someone else. I love that. And I've met some very, very cool people that are very talented writers. So major win. Seeing creative people makes me so jealous. Oh, I wouldn't sell yourself short, over. You're very creative.
Indeed.
Each in our own way. It really is. I actually met someone who's doing a WoW, what's it called? Fanzine, which I've always wanted to do. And I was like, I don't really have a ton of time to like draw more stuff, but they are also including like writing and stuff. And that actually got me to write, this is insane, but it got me to write like the BFA version of Elu's story, which is set obviously in that world, but it's written by another character. Um, so it was fun to like flex style and voice, but I'm including that in this the first fanzine that they're putting out. But it's yeah, from the perspective of 𝐃𝐫𝐚𝐰𝐢𝐧𝐠, former rogue pirate who owns a bar in Borealis. Which is really fun to write. Pirate dialogue is the best. Oh yeah, you did share it before. That was awesome. Hell yeah.
Didn't like my
What is your daughter read about, Lilia? Shanty. She actually does, because it's written from this character's perspective, and him and Elu kind of connect because they're both writers. Um, and he actually writes those, and they're at the beginning of each like chapter. Is like part of what I'm not very good at writing sea shanties, but I think the spirit is there. But they kind of introduce the chapter with like a little blurb that he's written. But the chapter part of the chapters that are being included in the fanzine are because there's like one before she kind of comes in, but the one where he meets her um, is the shanty is called the Tempest. So I thought that was really cute. So I'll be sure to share that when the whole thing comes out.
God damn it.
But you could not you can't write a pirate character without writing some sort of shanty. The lore is definitely deep though. Yeah, there was like I got this idea in my head like a couple weeks ago because I was doing a RP event as a vendor because Ealer has her own like shop, and she inherits this shop from a character in this Borealis timeline
Good enough.
who's like basically a really goofy ex-pirate. You know, I told Countess because I had her sketch him that he basically is Steve Buscemi. Anyway, but I got this idea. I was like, oh my god, what if you RP'd him Jam? And Jam was very kind and like rolled a character and brought him to the event for just that. It was hilarious. I was like, Jam personality is very strong here, so I think this would make sense. So lots of wild ideas. All fun though. But yeah, Vel was very kind. I think I talked her ear off for far too long about my headcanon. She's like, you need to just do it. And sometimes that's all it takes is someone just saying that. You're like, I should.
Well, she already had like so much info, and I'm like, you do realize like you're kind of stuck where I am at this point, writing a damn book, right? Like, why don't you just do it?
Yeah. And I'm sure most people don't write it as a book first, but maybe they do. And
It
it
depends.
helped
Some
me
people do.
get
Yeah.
it helped me get better at writing though, which was kind of the goal of doing that anyway.
Like, and it wasn't meant to be like, oh no, seriously, you should do this. It was just kind of like a try it out and just see how you feel about it. But because people don't even consider it, and it's like, yeah, but have you ever tried? Like,
Yeah.
no. And then they're like, oh,
I think a lot of people, like creative people, will write like when they're younger. Like I wrote a lot when I was like
same,
younger.
same.
And but I've never written something super big and like super plot twisty. Um so it's kind of intimidating, but I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You go, this is garbage and I'm never doing it again, or
Well, I mean, you don't have to show anybody either. That was I
yeah.
think the
Mhm.
appeal to most people. It's like, oh, I could just do this and nobody would ever see it, It's like, yes, but I mean, you probably should. Just for yourself.
Yeah. Creative writing is the best. I remember really enjoying classes in college that I took, or just like, even back in the day before like anything like that. And I mean, I definitely was encouraged. Like I had like professors and stuff that were like, "You are doing this pretty well. You should continue, improve, all that stuff."
Honestly, I wish I'd have thought about taking creative writing. That would have saved me a lot of trouble.
I mean, I definitely don't remember things that I learned. I'm mostly like reading about it now and like kind of learning as I go. But it is intense.
Oh my goodness. I just had to go nuts on the sparkles. It's totally fine.
Sparkles are amazing.
Well, there's a lot of it considering void.
You saw a piece with a guy with a super strong glow in his eyes. Oh, was it the Void Elf? Oh yeah, I that is hopefully something I really want to do what I'm calling like film noir pieces. I might do those for Halloween for Elu, but I love writing. If you've ever seen like a film noir movie, they're like usually the black and white, like very dramatic detective story kind of thing.
There's one in between.
And yeah, so I was kind of just messing around with that. Lighting is hard, but I think just trying is important. He ruined college. Thank you. I mean, I think we can all attest to like I was telling Vel this earlier, but yeah, like we're not all solid on our fundamentals, but I mean, it shouldn't keep you from trying, like experimenting and learning as you go. It can be frustrating for sure, though. Like, why isn't this working?
Yeah, like my absolute biggest weakness is definitely perspective. You would not know because I mostly do character work, but when I'm forced to draw an entire background, yeah, no, like landscape, whatever, environment, call it what you will. I'm also doing like these insane shots though that are like, I need a 3D model.
Doesn't
I really
stop you
do.
from being brave about it and just
Oh,
doing
well,
it anyway.
no, but still.
You like what you like. Gotta draw it. But yeah, I think that one of the best things I ever heard about that was like I just forgot what I was gonna say. Often what people like about an art piece isn't necessarily that it's technically good, but that it makes you feel something.
Yes.
And that's it's hard to think about when you're drawing stuff and you're like, my lighting sucks or my anatomy sucks. But I think it's totally true. And it's good to keep in mind, like, if you want to draw something and you're like, I'm technically not good at this, but I have a vision, that's super important.
Yes. Well, and that's the hard part for me. It's just like, okay, something has like a mood, and I'm like, I'm not good at the mood drawing, lighting, anything. I'm really bad at it. But the more you do it, you really do get better. So it's kind of like, ah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, it's like, just suck it up and do it, Vel.
You're going to make a lot of stuff you think is ugly for a long time before you, like, feel good about certain things.
Huh. I don't know. Let's definitely add that.
Your fellow artist. Is your pinup your fellow artist in the Discord? Vel, yes. Yes, her name in Discord is Aurelia Vel.
Yeah,
That's why sketches go viral. Yeah, it's also why like the things you don't like that you've drawn are probably more likely to not or for more likely to resonate with people. But yeah, I love sketches. I'm just like, this is just a sketch, guys. I've done other stuff too, but people like what they like.
Oof. Cha, cha, cha. Yeah, like I'm always changing the way that I'm doing stuff too. Like this looks like it's a full-on piece, but I'm like, this is just a sketch. It's a very colorful sketch, but it's kind of setting. I've noticed that if I do the color, it sets the mood where I can play with it later. So it's like, that's not too bad.
You also do this awesome thing where you're like kind of like carving it out of larger
Yeah,
chunks, I guess.
it feels a lot like actual sculpting. I'm not gonna lie.
Which I love because I know where you're going and I can totally see it because I've seen you work
Well,
on
that's the
stuff
thing that I
before.
love, because I'm like, I have these ugly sketches, and then I'm like, just trust the process, guys, I promise. But most people know by now, like after all these years, they're like, okay, look at this ugly ass piece of shit. She's gonna make something fabulous out of this. I'm like, okay, thanks. It's true.
Yes, it happens.
I will make something fabulous. Like this. This was legit just a random idea. Elu was rating, and I'm like, I'm gonna draw Elu. Boom. Random idea in my mind.
And
that
it
I'm
totally works.
absolutely sure you were not prepared for, but it was hilarious nonetheless.
Yeah.
You guys, I really wish I could have seen your face when I sent this to you. I'm like, I swear, Elu's just gonna fucking be like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, she's just telling me something, you know, go look at my stuff, usual Vel stuff. And then I opened the DM and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm glad I looked at it now because she'd been like, hurry up and look at it.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like, she knows me, she knows my art, so she's like, she always knows, like, if I'm telling you to look at something, there's a particular reason. Which usually it's like I'm just doing something and I'm very excited about it, and I am. But this time it was Elu. Ha ha ha.
Sneaky, sneaky.
So sneaky. I was so proud of myself.
I drew directly on top of that. I had a sneaking suspicion.
Oh yeah, I've been fucking up my layers all over. That's why I finally just decided, screw it. I'm just gonna draw. I merged everything, and like that's why this is the sketch. I'm like, I'm just gonna draw on top of everything. It's fine. We'll clean it up later. It's easy. This is what I do. I just make a mess of things and then I fix it.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Vel's Zalatath piece, oh my god, that is like the pinnacle
such
of
a hard piece.
You made it through though, and it looks amazing.
That is in Elu's Discord somewhere, I promise.
Yes.
Not the final version, but I did at least post, I'm sure. Because I think at one point, like when I was done, I was like, I'm done. Like, you know, like when you finish something that you were working on so hard, and then you're like, I'm done, fuck it, and you just like pin drop, you know? It's no mic drop, it's a pin drop, because, you know, we're digital artists. That's exactly what happened, and I was like, I'm done, get over it. I'm still working on getting the videos up for like the time lapse and shit. But if you guys are looking at like full on process, the Twitch archives are still up, so you can technically go back and watch and see exactly in real time how long it took, what we talked about during all of it, and etc. Don't know who'd be interested, but you never know, somebody might.
Yeah, I was talking to Rogue about that the other day. Like, he's like, you should do more YouTube videos. And I was like, I know. It's definitely on the list. But And then you mentioned like time lapses, and I'm like, I'm not my own audience. Like, I don't watch a ton of art time lapses. I like watching craft time lapses, but like, he's right. Like, people really do enjoy those.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. When I think about
Hmm.
making my YouTube videos, I literally think, okay, what do I watch all the time? What do I watch other people do? Or even if
Hmm.
it's just my friends, I'm like, okay, if I missed my friend's stream, are you going to watch it? If you can on the VOD, yeah, of course I am. So, Or if somebody mentions it too, because somebody
Yeah.
will be like, what were you up to? And I'm like, hello, there's a VOD, go watch it. you know? I'm like, I don't want to literally go through and tell you everything I did for the last 2 hours. Like, come on, guys. So sometimes it's just really nice to have those kind of just sitting in the back,
Hmm.
like, here, there it is. You're welcome. And you save yourself the
Absolutely.
trouble. But yeah, with Rogery, it's like I've told him and he knows. I'm just like, I love your YouTube videos because he's doing the ones where it's like, oh, this is how you do this or whatever, all that shit. And I'm looking for that stuff on YouTube because I'm like, where in the world do I find this? How do I do this? Um, and now that I'm working on my DK, I was like, show me your talents. I gotta know what you did. Somebody just show me what you've got. Like, I'll change it if I don't like it, but like I need something to start with. I'm like, I don't want to just figure it out. Like, I just want somebody to tell me how to do it. You know? It's like you're about to lose your shit. Like, somebody just tell me, please. So, it's
It's
really
a good way
nice
to learn.
when you can be like, just give me something to start out with and then I'll mucky around with it afterwards. And it's
Hmm.
been great because I've been struggling with the DK and I hate blood DK because even on follower dungeons, I cannot keep aggro. I'm going to tell y'all what happened. Answer: be level 74 and have exterminate. Saves your life. That's all I'm gonna say because I swear to God, it made the hugest difference. I felt so stupid. I was like, oh my God. You're like, am I really this dumb? I don't know. Or you have to seriously question yourself.
Yeah, of course Phil watches your videos.
Yeah. Oh wait, I didn't want to auto do that. Squeeze me. Squeeze me. Sorry, I'm looking for things and I'm confusing myself.
So many purple. Hey, Countess.
I know everything's purple. She's purple. I'm purple. We're
Sorry
all
for your
purple.
retinas.
Purple is best color. Agreed. We're working on it.
Yeah, try not to make things purple. Very difficult challenge.
Yeah, when you're like, you do know who you're talking to, right? I've got to figure out another way to do this. What are we doing? Oh, look, shadow form, Elu. Ha! I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Hilarious.
Red, it does fuck up your eyes. True.
Ooh. I like overlay, but maybe too much overlay there. Tone it down.
How are you doing though? How is it going with the nails? Countess doing nails for product photos?
Ooh. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, that's a little better. I'm not gonna lie.
What is life? Or beyond life? It sure is. Very well put.
Ooh, skin is giving
Yes,
me a hard
nails
time.
like fingernails. Although, like, hammer nails are probably not a bad guess either, considering we're talking about Countess. I feel like she might have a hammer in her bag just to, like, hit people with it.
Yeah, it's a good reason to have one.
Or just hold it up in a threat of some kind. I don't know if she's particularly violent.
Save my elu. Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh, nice. Your pillow inspired mine.
What?
Your pillow inspired mine.
Oh, okay. I was like,
What did you think I said?
well, like, I heard you, but I was like, can you please clarify? You know?
Oh, yeah.
I got you. Okay. Like, what do you mean my pillow inspired your pillow? Oh my god.
You have to read my mind.
Like,
That's what it comes down to. What I'm basically asking most people to do.
Oh, and I'm just like, why does my pillow got anything to do with your pillow? It just does. We don't ask questions.
You'll see. You'll all see.
You'll see. Oh my god, Elu. I've lost her to the void.
Pillows. I don't know if I could watch videos on that, but I do like seeing like things on what's it called? TikTok for nails.
I saw this one that did like a snowflake, and I swear I have to try it. It looked so
Ooh.
pretty. Like, how you do this? Me gonna do this.
How do you do?
But okay, so it was like paint the nail white, and then you went around the edge with glitter, and you kind of like drug it in, right? So it was like frosty looking. And then you did wait for it to dry, and then do the white in the middle, and then spread that out so that it kind of makes that gradient. And then in the or I don't think it was pure white. I think it might have just been like a light blue. But then you take like pure white and do the snowflake on the top, and it just, oh, it was so pretty. It's so pretty. I've just got to try it. Yeah, I can't
Sounds
even.
amazing.
Like, I can't even describe, you guys. It's just so pretty.
TikTok. Yeah, sometimes I'll look at it, but it is so loud. That makes me feel so old that TikTok is so loud. I open the app and I'm just like, why? Why?
I don't think we're old. I think the younger generation just gets more annoying. That's my answer. Like, seriously, because I remember being a kid and my own parents being like, you're so annoying. Why are you being annoying? And I'm like, I'm not being annoying. I'm just being me. But it's true. I think young people just are annoying. It's natural. You have to be in that annoying phase, or else you've never lived.
I don't think our generation was that loud, though. I mean, I feel like things are loud now.
We were real. I mean, Elu, did we not just have this conversation about how I was like super loud when we started stream? We're loud.
I mean, were you like that as a kid?
Oh yeah.
Worse?
It was like that just all the time. You know, only child, play with my imagination. I'm outside screaming at people that aren't there, you know. Yeah, loud noises. Yes.
Oh, that's right, Lilia. We are birthday pals. My birthday is on Friday.
Oh my god, Elu, how dare you? Happy early birthday. It's fine though. I can never forget her hubby's birthday because we're celestial twins.
Yes. The best.
Exactly, Roguery.
Yes, I forget his birthday because
That's so bad.
well, because it's like mine is the 4th and then his is the 14th. So it's like I always think it's the 4th. I don't know why.
I find it hilarious because my grandmother's birthday is November 14th and I'm December 14th, so it's like, oh my god, never forget.
Right?
What just happened? I pressed a button that I didn't mean to
Swear
press.
I have like a plan here.
This is my plan. My plan's looking good. You look good, Elu.
Well, this is how we know that the force is strong between us, is because you thought to do this. Even though I didn't tell you.
Yeah, Elu did not commission me, guys. This was literally just me like, Elu is doing raid of all things. I'm like, Elu's doing raid. I want to draw a picture of Elu. And I just did it. Or I started it and I showed her last night. She saw the bare naked version, so she got a little peeped out, but it was hilarious. I'm like, I promise this isn't going to be as bad as it looks, but it's pretty.
It's fine. I've definitely had people draw pinups that were very racy, and I'm just like, I would definitely ask someone before drawing their character like that.
Yeah. Not me. I'm like, I like your character. I'm going to make it sexy. Here you go.
Well,
someday I'm
like,
sure I'll come
like
across
lewd.
somebody really upset that like
yeah, I wouldn't unless you like ask someone or know them, I wouldn't assume that you should draw something lewd of their character, is what I'm going to say.
Yes. Well, because I thought about it, I'm like, I know Elu will like it, but then I'm like, I don't know how she'll feel about other people seeing Elu practically naked. It's like, well, oh well. It's just like, I really like Elu. I want to draw Elu. So this was all for me.
I don't really have a problem with it. I think it's just more so that people make assumptions about your character.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, this is not for you. This is for me. I have to stare at this character. So I'm going to make them visually appealing for me. It's not an invitation. I'm not going to get into that whole conversation, but you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had somebody ask me that too. They were like, you know, even if I have, she was an artist, and she goes, even if I have, you know, like sexy art of my character, should people come up to me and assume that like I want to RP like sexually? And I'm like, no, not at all. Like that doesn't matter. But you know, it's kind of that whole mindset that I think of where it's like, you know, what was it? Men that like say ludicrous things like on the street to people. And, like, they're dressed up, but they're dressed nice, and they're covered, you know? But then they're like, oh, well, women shouldn't dress that way kind of mindset. And it's like, they're not dressed like that. You just have a dirty mind, you piece of shit. But that's just me.
Even if it was an invitation, I think you should still ask.
Oh, yeah. Be like, you're just creepy, and you need to stop that.
Poor Rogue. Yeah, we have an SFW channel in Discord. They definitely make use of it. People RP like that? Oh yeah. It's called ERP.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I judge no one who does that, but I think that even in like those situations, consent is very important.
Consent is always important.
But I've been lucky enough to RP with people, not for that, but in general, that are very communicative, and you just want to make sure you're writing something together. Like, you want to make sure you're on the same page and you're comfortable with what you're writing, whether or not it is erotic or not.
Pretty much. But again, that's why I switched from just doing role play to writing a novel, because I'm like, why am I even bothering when everyone's responses are disappointing me? Like, I can just do this all by myself. Let me go do that.
Yeah, the Goldshire effect. I mean, a Goldshire RP is a very specific type of RP and not representative of the RP, I guess, community?
Yes,
I guess that's a good way to
say it. Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna go there, you're looking for something pretty specific in terms of like, I guess, I don't know how to say it, but yes.
You're looking for lap dances or things of that nature. I'll say it. And lap dance is a nice way of putting it.
On Argentan. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, on like when I was on Wormrest, like Goldshire was empty, but you go in on Moonguard and it's like it's just packed. I've never seen that many people in one place at the same time outside of like a server event or it's crazy. And I definitely saw it before I was ever on the server. I had friends, you guys remember Wildfeather? She doesn't do WoW art anymore, but her and her husband, this is going to sound really skeezy, but her and her husband took me to Goldshire to show
I
me
feel like
what it was like on Moonguard.
everybody has to be taken there their first time. Like, let's just be real.
Yeah. But I mean, it was just like, holy moly.
I had always heard, and I'm like, I'm just going to go look. And I did, and I was not surprised.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool in a way, as long as like no one like comes up to you like guns blazing. But I think nobody has ever done that to me, but I'm also not hanging out there for more than a second.
Mm-hmm.
I was there like a couple weeks ago for when I was going to the Darkmoon Fair, and I like AFK'd in front of the portal for a second to look for something, and I was like, "This is
your
probably
mistake.
Not a good idea." Nothing happened, but I did see some interesting things.
Oh my god.
No. Yeah, I just said it's not like an invitation. But yeah, Lilia will remember Wildfeather and her husband took me to Goldshire years ago for the first time I ever like got to see all that in person because I wasn't on Moonguard, and it was hilarious. I usually love reading people's TRPs, but I don't know that I would necessarily recommend that because you will find some pretty... people are very bold in what they put in those. They're not mincing words.
No, they sure are not.
Which makes sense. If you're looking for something very specific, you should be upfront about it, sure. But when you're not expecting that level of honesty, I think it's a little jarring at first. Dude, one guy read out ERP profiles in the Kermit the Frog voice.
Oh
That's
my
so
god.
Good. Oh my gosh, I love it.
That's hilarious, though. I would love for that.
That is amazing.
Oh. Buttons. Why are you being weird? What just happened? My pin just died. What's going on? It's not doing it on my mouse either. What the fuck just happened? What in the world is going on? Like, I can't move anything, I can't look at anything, I can't change my buttons. What just happened? It, like, died. Turn it off, turn it back on? What? Guys. What concerns me is just that how am I gonna save it? Yeah, because I'm over here like getting all detailed. I'm like, oh my god!
You can't just press Control S.
What's Control S?
Save.
Oh, maybe. Nope, it's not showing anything on my laptop. Like I can click stuff on. Okay, so I'm dual screening, but like I can't click anything that's on my Cintiq at all. Did Photoshop just die? Is that what happened? I mean, I'm not gonna be too upset. I've only made slight adjustments since the last save, but like, excuse me? Well, I guess I'm done for the day because it's not doing anything.
Oh no. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you for that.
Well, I'm gonna save some of these extra pieces that I found. Specific people. Elu. Oh, show your dirting.
Oh wait. Did you? Oh, somebody else did the voice. I see. It sounded like you're telling us that you did the Kermit voice.
Alright, since my stream is no longer going to work, I'm just going to send everybody over to Elu. No, that's totally fine. I mean, we were kind of getting to that point anyway, but still, it was like, ugh. I'm wanting to nitpick at it, and I can't nitpick, so I'm gonna send y'all over. Thanks for watching. Bye!